Yeah. Turn it up real quick. You're now locked in with the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. Independence has its value. Let it ring loud. Different voices, real choices, breaking out the crowd. From the streets to the ballroom, from the mic to the soul. Andre Whitehead Radio. Yeah, we in control. Yeah. Business features, spotlight dreams, entrepreneurs building kingdoms, all visions and schemes. Free gifts for the people, yeah, we give back love. Community first, got the city rise above. News you can trust, no smoke, no gang. What's really going on, yeah, we say it plain. Family fun, keep the kids all smiling. Radio waves with the heart so inspiring. Independence has its value. Feel the vibration. Truth on the airwaves. Real conversation. From the hood to the hills. Every voice has a role. Andre Whitehead Radio. Mind, body, soul. Yeah. Non-profit voices get a seat at the table. Helping hands, strong hearts. Making change when we able. Politics talk straight. No spin, no disguise. Just facts. Different views, let the people decide. Community service. Boots on the ground. Not just talk on the mic. We be moving around. Sports talk fire everywhere and every loss. From the playground dreams to the championship cost. Upcoming events. Mark the date. Special features, don't be late. Culture, unity, elevation. Independent voice for the next generation. Next generation.
Hello and welcome to Hour 2 of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We thank you so much for tuning in. Of course, the radio show is a production of our independent firm, Whitehead Media Ventures. We thank you so much for joining us, where we bring you new episodes every Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. here on Facebook, and we'll upload the radio show both hours to YouTube, and we'll splice it up for Instagram. By the way, we're looking for you. We love to have you as our guest and run your commercials, produce your commercials, give you interviews, discuss the goods and services that you offer the community. Also, we want to promote your upcoming events, and even as you seek political office, we want to get your campaign message to the voters. Give me a call, 434-528-9828. That's 434-528-9828. The Andre Whitehead Radio Show is also brought to you by our friends at Sterling Oil Company. Visit their website, sterlingoilcompany.com. At this time, we're going to take you to part 1 of my interview with the Honorable Eugene Butler, who was the first African-American male full-time judge in Lynchburg. And he made history back in 2023. And we are re-airing his interview here with the radio show, and we're bringing it to television as well. By the way, don't miss my TV show Sundays 9 a.m. and then early Saturday morning 6 a.m. on the CW network here in the Lynchburg, Roanoke market. At this time, we take you to part 1 of my interview with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler. Stay tuned. Well, Your Honor, thank you for joining us for this edition of our broadcast. I appreciate your time. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. Good to be here.
I'm really excited to interview today. Of course, as everyone knows, you made history in becoming the first full-time elected African-American judge in the city of Lynchburg. So before we get started, how does that make you feel to be a part of history, if you will?
Well, honestly, the whole history-making part has been something that I've had to get used to. I mean, I've been a member of the Lynchburg Bar since around 2000 when I relocated to this area. I've got to know a lot of folks in the legal community, those who possibly went to my father's church. He's now a retired pastor over at Jackson Street United Methodist Church. I've gotten to know a lot of the people in the community. Of course, I realized after a while of going in and out of the courts that, there wasn't that many people of color that was on the bench. But I knew whether it would be me or anyone else, that sooner or later that was going to change. So the way I kind of feel, as long as someone who sees me on the bench will be inspired to reach higher, then I feel the history of it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, on our broadcast, we always love to start with bio to try to take people back. We want to give our audience as much information as we can.
Sure.
When you look at your local broadcast stations, they present 2 or 3 minute packages. Well, that's not what my company is built on. We were built on long form interviews.
Sure.
This was before the big YouTube craze, so we want to give people as much information and let people know who our guests are and what they consist of. So let's start with some bio. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. Maybe go back to the young Gene as a boy, maybe high school. What was he like?
I think my 31st high school reunion is going on, and forgive me if it goes from Roanoke if I get the years mixed up, but I'm pretty sure a lot of the folks that went to high school with me at Patrick Henry High School, they would probably say that I was very quiet. I played on the Patrick Henry football team. I was very academic, but I very much stayed out of trouble. They would probably be amazed that I'm doing all this talking now. So I'm kind of a totally different person, but at the same time, those that I have seen after so many years, whether they've seen me in years past or just recently, all of them were telling me that we all knew you were going to do something one day, but that we knew you were going to do something, and we knew you were going to try to make a difference. And I think that even at that time, based upon the fact that my mother was a high school teacher, she taught at William Fleming, and my father was the pastor at St. Paul United Methodist Church. They both kind of instilled in me trying to have that mindset of maybe being ambitious, but at the same time trying to be a good person. So I'm pretty sure they would say that that's what Gene was, but he was quiet as I don't know what.
You're listening to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show, a production of our independent firm, Whitehead Media Ventures, and we are sponsored by the great folks at Grace Baptist Church of Madison Heights. Visit their website, gbcmh.org. And of course, we thank the great folks at DB Homes for Hope, helping folks to become great homeowners. Visit their website. They'll show you how. dbhomesforhope.com. We thank you so much for tuning in to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show as we bring you part 1 of my interview with the Honorable Eugene Butler. He was the first African-American full-time male judge to serve in Lynchburg. And we interviewed him a few years ago, and we're excited to bring this back to you. And our phone lines are open. If you have any questions, call me, 434-528-9828. You mentioned academics. What kind of student were you? You kind of alluded that you did well.
Yeah.
And why was doing so well in high school so important to you?
Well, I think, and I found this in my practice, that a lot of kids today, especially with dealing with the internet, dealing with the fact that I can tell you, starting from the present, that a lot of kids, I ask them what do they want to be. When they get older, they want to be an influencer. So we have a totally different time now than was when we were younger and going to high school. But when I was in school, I felt that the only way I could pay my parents back was to do good in school. That, I think any student, whether it was when we were in high school or now, that is the way you pay your parents back, is to do well. It's paying them for their sacrifices. The other thing was, I wanted to make a difference, and I felt like doing well in high school would give me a leg up and going to college. doing well in college would give me a leg up to go to law school. And therefore, I'm preparing for my future being at Patrick Henry, or being at Randolph-Macon when I went to college, or being at Washington Lee Law School. Every single thing that kids do, as it was when I was in high school, is a stepping stone to get to another part. And the most important thing, even when I was in high school, was not to mess up my future by doing something crazy when I was in high school, because then there would be obstacles that I'm putting in the way of me trying to be a success.
Were you tops in your high school graduating class?
I graduated with honors, if I recall correctly. But I think the biggest thing about that is the fact that I played football and I got A's and B's.
Wow.
And that was one thing that I realized. It's one thing for folks to get A's and B's, but if you can do more than that, you be studious but play football. You're studious but you engage in the theater. You do more than just getting the A's and B's. I realized that I got celebrated in my graduating class by being multidimensional, not just being focused on getting good grades. And I think that helped me the most.
Yeah. You mentioned football. Wide out, safety. What position?
I was defense, and I believe that I might have played center.
Okay.
I was not the heaviest person on the defense, but I was one of the quickest ones. So when we went through those end of the practice drills, I was one of the first ones finished. So unfortunately, I can honestly say for folks in the Lynchburg area, during my senior year, we got our clocks cleaned a lot of times by EC Glass and Heritage and stuff like that. But we had a rough season the year before, so my senior year wasn't too good.
Yeah. Well, it's time for us to take a commercial break. You are listening to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We thank you so much for tuning in. And earlier, I told you about the TV show that happens in the Lynchburg Roanoke Market every Sunday at 9 a.m. and then early Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. Well, our TV show is also in Hopewell, Chester, and Petersburg, Virginia, Sundays 9 a.m. and Mondays 5 p.m. on WTJV Channel 3. And the hour-long television show is in all of Tidewater, all of Hampton Roads, every Saturday, 7 a.m. on WGNT. Don't miss our TV show. And we thank you for tuning in to the radio show, which is brought to you by our friends at Caskey and Frost, where Mark Peake wants to help you with your legal matter. Give him a call, 434-846-2731. The Andre Whitehead Radio Show continues in a moment. Stay tuned.
Hey, this is Matthew Pack from Pack Law Group. I just want to invite you to come down and enjoy a family environment when you decide that you need legal services, whether it be criminal defense, whether it be domestic relations, custody and divorce, or personal injury. If you've been injured in a car accident or injured in any way, we're here to help you. We're here to serve you. Please give us a call today at 540-586-7225, 540-586-7225. Or you can visit us online at packlawgroup.com. Again, PACKLAWGROUP.com. And you're listening to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show.
My name is Merle W. Thornhill IV. And as a family-owned funeral home here at Tharp Funeral Home, we offer a warm and friendly environment, a caring and diverse and compassionate staff, an on-site crematory. We also offer Maybe, who is our comfort dog who helps assist families during this grieving process. If there's anything we can ever do for you, please let us know and visit us at www.tharpfuneralhome.com or register for our pre-planned meal seminars. Let our family serve your family.
Thanks for tuning into our broadcast for news, current affairs, business features, special segments, family fun, politics, personal profiles, and so much more. We'd like to assist you. Contact us at Whitehead Media Ventures today. Call 434-528-9828 or email us at whiteheadmediaventures@gmail.com. Let us help you.
Have you seen it all and you want to be part of the change? Come join the Lynchburg Police Department, where we have the highest starting salary in the region at $50,000. You can be a canine officer, a school resource officer, or even join our crisis negotiations team. We're looking for individuals in our community who want to make a difference. Is that you? Contact us at 434-455-6048.
I'm Dr. Keith Anderson, and I'm your financial services professional. Listen, if you have children, you need an educational plan for them. Cost is only increasing for a good education. But if you start now, and with my help, we have them ready. And we're going to build legacy wealth that they can follow. If you just give me a call at 434-944-2867, I'll be sure to help you.
Hi, I'm Matt Bright, and you may know me as the owner of Bright Images. What you may not know is we also own Rapid Printing from Bedford, Farmville Printing from Farmville, Bob's Printing in Appomattox, Midtown Mailboxes in Farmville, and several other small entities. Our goal is to provide excellent quality and outstanding customer service. You can find us on our website at www.brightimagesmedia.com. Email us at sales@brightimagesmedia.com or call us at 434-846-8273. And you're listening to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show.
I'm Laura Goldman with Whitehead Media Ventures, and we want to thank you for tuning in to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We want to help you promote your organization and events. So give us a call today at 434-528-9828 or shoot us an email at whiteheadmediaventures@gmail.com.
This is Sheriff Don Sloan, the City of Lynchburg, and I'm excited to talk about Lynchburg Project Lifesaver. Lynchburg Project Lifesaver is a program that the Lynchburg Sheriff's Office started in 2002. It's a life-saving program that uses tracking technology for those individuals in our community that have dementia or Down syndrome or some mental-related disorder that may cause them to wander from their caregiver. And this program provides life-saving technology to find them, locate them, and historically, we've had over 115 successful searches and safe returns since we started. For more information, contact Lynchburg Sheriff's Office at 434-847-1301 if we can be of assistance to you.
Hello and welcome back to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We thank you so much for tuning in, and we thank our sponsors, the great folks at Pink Witnesses. This organization is helping women who've had to deal with breast cancer. Visit the website pinkwitnesses.com. Today, in the second hour of the Andre Whitehead Radio Show, we are bringing you part one of my interview with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler. He made history back in 2023. He became the first African-American male full-time judge in our area. We thank him for giving me this interview a while back, and we're excited to bring it back to you. We are also airing this interview on television, so don't miss the TV show in the Lynchburg Roanoke Market, Sundays 9 a.m. and early Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. on the CW Network. At this time, we take you back to my interview with the Honorable Eugene Butler. As you were moving toward college, talk about the process to select the college you attended. And is that when the brain started to turn that I want to be a lawyer?
Well, honestly, I wanted to be a lawyer before college because I had some relatives who were taken advantage of by lawyers, older relatives. Mm-hmm. And I said to myself, I don't want to be a doctor. I don't want to deal with all the blood. But at the end of the day, what type of occupation could I have where I could not just help friends but family, where I could obtain knowledge that permeates a lot of what we do, I mean, there's law in being in medicine. There's law in entertainment. There's law in every facet of our world. And so I thought that being a lawyer would be the best thing to do. Now, I looked at my father. My father graduated from high school in D.C. I found one of his law yearbooks, and I saw that he put down that he wanted to be a lawyer. And I talked to him about it. He said, well, son, I just put that down there. He went to divinity school. But I think that was the icing on the cake for me. So I said, the good Lord above must be telling me something if my dad actually wanted to be a lawyer. So he went to divinity school. I'll go to law school. But when it came to picking a college, my dad being a Methodist minister, I have no idea whether you know this, but there's a couple of schools in our area that are Methodist related, and Randolph-Macon is one of them, in Ashland, Virginia. So is Ferrum. So is several other schools that are not nearby. So they were able to help me out with some of the financial part. And plus I wanted to go to a small school that wasn't too far away from generally where my parents were. Yeah. And Randolph-Macon was a very good school to attend.
Talk about your time in college. What was it like, and how did you handle that transition from high school to college, where work may have increased and become a little more intense as a desiring lawyer, if you will?
College was, and this is what I relate to a lot of the kids that I deal with and now soon be my former work. College was that time I could grow up. I mean, you're away from your parents. You have time to find out who you are, trying to really find out what you want to do. Of course, I wanted to be a lawyer all through college, but a lot of people didn't know. So it was a time of growth for me. It was a time of interacting with people who may not believe or think just like me. And it's a time. I've never been a drinker. I actually was called antisocial because I didn't drink in college. But it was a time of maintaining the foundation that I got from my parents and weathering that storm against peers. And I weathered it because at the end of the day, I've always told myself, as long as my friends and my family and my God approve of me, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. And I think that helps kids in high school, that helps kids in college and beyond. And so once I graduated in 95, it just kind of made the experience so much more rewarding because I came out of that and I'm still the same person I was, just a little bit wiser from when I went in.
You are listening to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We thank you so much for tuning in. By the way, if you like what we do on this broadcast, don't miss our other Facebook Live shows. They happen Sunday nights at 9 p.m. where we talk politics. Monday mornings at 8 a.m. we share good news. Of course, Tuesdays from 7 to 9 a.m. we bring you this radio formatted show. Thursday nights at 8 p.m. we tackle tough topics of news. Friday nights at 11 p.m. on The Late Show with Andre Whitehead Facebook page, we tell some romantic stories. Saturday mornings at 9 a.m., we talk sports with Conversations, the Facebook Live sports show. So don't miss our many Facebook Live shows from the studio. At this time, we take you back to my interview with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler. Stay tuned. Talk about finishing up in 1995, as you mentioned, and what was the mindset then in terms of still your goal to become an attorney?
It was this. I mean, sometimes, even now, I just turned 51 yesterday. I honestly, my whole mindset was just academic. So it was almost the same type of world I was going into from college to law school. It was more academia. It wasn't much of a change outside the fact that it was just being concentrated on law. However, I saw a light at the end of the tunnel because 3 years after the 4 years of college, it was almost over with. So there was a little bit of me celebrating in my mid-20s that, it's almost over with. And of course it wasn't, because then you have to pass the bar, and then you have to get settled and figure out what part of the law you want to practice. So I can honestly say, even now, just turning 51, I'm still growing. I am an example of someone who can honestly say you always are growing. I grew in college, I grew in law school, I'm still growing. I'm still learning, and I'm open to learn. I don't want to be somebody that just thinks I know everything. I'm too old to be a millennial, so I'm past that generation.
Yes, sir. So you're in law school. I've interviewed judges and attorneys over my 30-plus year career. And some people have talked about that first couple years being quite difficult, and there may be some kind of unspoken plan to weed out folks who may not become a good attorney with so much information, bombarding them with so much work and research. How did you handle that first? If true, let me back up. If that's true, how did you handle that perceived onslaught of information? And would you say that's true, that most law schools have that kind of weeding out process, if you will?
I think it probably is it's unscripted, but it's real. And I can honestly say, from being at Washington Lee, it's just 1 minute, your first semester, you have a situation where you have folks who you get to know, and the second semester they disappear. And you just know that they probably disappeared because they couldn't cut it. So that's kind of how that situation goes. And I'm pretty sure that there probably is some type of myth that's been created that surrounds all that disappearance, because we don't think somebody came in and killed somebody. But it does happen, and how I handled it was, I made it this far, I'm not going to give up. It was hard. It was a different way of learning. There was a different type of process than was in college. But at the same time, you just have to adjust. And my whole life has been adjusting to new environments. And I just adjusted. And I didn't allow the fact that, Joe Smo here or Jane Smo disappeared, because I got here from my journey, and my journey needs 3 more years to get through this process. So, yeah. So it was just an adjustment. Yeah. But I think it's real. Yeah. I really do think it's real. I do think that it probably, that first year is when that takes place. You make it to the second year, it's pretty much clear sailing.
Well, it's time for another commercial break. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We appreciate you so very much for joining us. And by the way, as we bring you the first part of our interview with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler, we want to invite you to Elegance, the Whitehead Media Ventures Community and Scholarship Fashion Show, where you'll see community leaders walk the runway wearing their best casual wear, dinner wear, and formal wear. And we'll have music, amazing food, and we're bringing in a surprise performer. Don't miss Elegance, the Whitehead Media Ventures Community Scholarship Fashion Show, May the 17th at 4 p.m. That's a Sunday at the Hilton Garden Inn. We'll tell you more about it. The Andre Whitehead Radio Show returns in a moment.
This is Brandon with Miller Built Outdoor Equipment here in Lynchburg, Virginia. We're located at 2200 12th Street in downtown Lynchburg. Our phone number is 434-846-0041. Purchase a new mower and get your Toro and Steel equipment serviced and prepped and readied, so you are ready to attack your lawn and to take care of the property that you have. Feel free to stop by and see us at any time. We're located at 2200 12th Street in downtown Lynchburg. Our phone number is 434-846-0041. Also visit our website at millerbuiltoutdoorequipment.com.
This is Matthew Pack from Pack Law Group. Have you been recently injured in any type of accident? I would love to help to assist you in this and get you the compensation that you deserve. If you have any other questions, we can give you a free consultation. Give us a call at Pack Law Group at 540-586-7225, 540-586-7225, or visit us online at packlawgroup.com, packlawgroup.com.
A healthy, thriving family shouldn't be a child's dream. It should be their reality. It can be their future. We're a faith-driven family services organization focused on mending families so they're able to stay together. Think of us as an oak tree, a symbol of strength and resilience with deep roots. We seek to equip vulnerable families with those same qualities, meeting them wherever they are and providing hope, resources, trauma-informed care, and meaningful relationships that stand the test of time. Think of our ministries as branches of the oak tree, each specifically designed to meet different kinds of needs. Family is a nuanced concept. That's why our family care team approaches complex situations with simple solutions that include professional intervention, interpersonal support, and parenting education with the goal of mending families and keeping children safe. Life is messy, and sometimes people just need someone safe to talk to. Hope for Tomorrow Counseling is made up of compassionate counselors who are here to listen because everyone's story should be heard. Through Hat Creek Camp, we provide exceptional camp experiences. We pay careful attention to the needs of youth, encouraging campers to grow through trust-based challenges and successes. Our Connect team equips and empowers volunteers with the necessary training and support to serve confidently, matching their passions with opportunities. As a whole, our organization partners with caring individuals, churches, nonprofits, and businesses to do the redeeming work of restoring hearts, minds, relationships, and lives. Because every child deserves the solid foundation of a healthy family. Together, rooted deeply in prayer, we can make it possible. One child, one family.
I'm Lake Whitehead with Whitehead Media Ventures. We thank all our partners, and you can join our team as well by calling 434-528-9828. Meet another sponsor.
Hello and welcome back to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show, a production of our independent firm, Whitehead Media Ventures. We thank you so much for tuning in, and we also thank Mr. Lou Taylor, who provides some theme music for us, and he can do the same for you. Lou Taylor is an amazing musician, and he and his band perform every other Wednesday from 6 to 9 p.m. at Vitelli Italian Kitchen on the Bluff Walk in downtown Lynchburg. Also, check Lou out through his Facebook page under his own name, Lou Taylor, if he can help you with any music whatsoever. He is a genius. Again, welcome back to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show, where we bring you new episodes every Tuesday from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And then we upload it to YouTube, and we'll be chopping it up for Instagram. At this time, we take you back to part one of my interview with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler. Stay tuned. How did you select what type of law, what type of lawyer you wanted to be? When does that happen, by the way?
That, I would honestly say law school gives you a taste of different things. Unlike in college, where I was a political science major and an English minor, law school gives you a little bit of taste of, you got civil procedure, you've got criminal law cases, you've got, you may even have an entertainment law. It gives you a little bit of of what you could expect, tax law, and you get that and enough of it to decide what you want to do once you get out, plus if you want to do internships. But it really doesn't really amount to preparing you completely to going out and putting a shingle out. But it does give you a academic basis for trying to develop what you want to do. And that's it. That's it. It really, that's what it shocks me sometimes, folks who come straight out of law school and put out a shingle, because all of us who went through that process knows it's a lot more than that.
Yeah.
And I think one of the biggest things the law school doesn't teach you is that if you go into private work, you have to interact with people who are not the same as you. And so I have found after so many years that a lot of attorneys have a very tough time relating to people, because there's no people one-on-one in law school. So they have a tough time with that. And I have given a lot of credit, and I still do, to those attorneys that are personable, that can talk to anyone, whether it's a 6-year-old child or whether it's a disgruntled 30-something-year-old or 40-something-year-old, and been able to relate to them without appearing condescending. There's no law school that prepares for you to really deal with clients. That's why you will find a lot of lawyers who are a lot more comfortable talking to a judge or talking to a fellow attorney, but if you observe them, they have a difficult time talking to a layperson. And I think that just like any other thing that I have done in my life, sometimes you have to think outside the box to be able to relate to people. Because I never forget one of my best friends who was an Elks member, he had mentioned to me, he said, Gene, why didn't you tell me you were a lawyer? I said, why would I tell you that? I mean, why? And he looked at me and he said, you know what, you're right. Because it had nothing to do with our friendship or how I would relate to him. And it didn't embody everything that I am, it doesn't exemplify who I am. I'm much more than just someone who practices law, and I don't want to just be identified by somebody who's just wearing a robe or wearing a suit.
Yeah. Talk about the college field of study, political science and English. Was that a calculated decision? Is that the typical path for attorneys?
A lot of attorneys will take political science, because political science, I found out, was at a liberal arts school like Randolph-Macon, the closest thing I could get to taking some law-related classes. But those like constitutional law, but those classes were nothing like the ones that were in law school. But it was the closest thing that I could get. And it didn't give me a leg up in getting into law school or understanding the classes. Now, the English, my father had advised me, he said, well, son, why don't you take an English course, because English writing, because you probably do a lot of writing in law school. So I said, okay, Dad, I took English. Yeah. So my minister dad gave me the advice to do that. So I went on and did it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I hope that you are enjoying the interview, part 1, of my time with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler. Again, he made history back in 2023, becoming the first African-American full-time male judge in our area. He's doing an amazing job, and we are excited to bring this segment back to you. We've aired it on television, but as we developed the radio show, we said we would try to bring back some of our interviews from television and use the audio for the radio formatted show. We hope that you are enjoying it. Our broadcast is brought to you by the great folks at Kinetics Health Clubs. They're in the Fort Hill Village Shopping Center in Lynchburg. Give them a call to sign up, 434-239-0018. Kinetics Health Clubs is open 24 hours a day for your convenience. We're right back in a moment.
My name is Merle W. Thornhill IV, and as a family-owned funeral home here at Tharp Funeral Home, we offer a warm and friendly environment, a caring and diverse and compassionate staff, an on-site crematory. We also offer Maybe, who is our comfort dog who helps assist families during this grieving process. If there's anything we can ever do for you, please let us know and visit us at www.tharpfuneralhome.com or register for our pre-planned meal seminars. Let our family serve your family.
I am Philip Campbell, Director of the School of Religion here on the Hill that we call VUL. 5 HBCU schools in the state of Virginia, Virginia State, Union, Hampton, Norfolk State, and I say the best for last, VUL. What we offer is a little bit different than the other four, and that is that we are concerned about each and every individual. We certainly try with all our might and power to make persons a part of this great family. We give students a second chance, a third chance, that the other institutions have rejected, that we say come to VUL and we can make something special out of your life. I think that for VUL, what stands out again is the president, Dr. Kathy Franklin, who has been a game changer to bring us where we are today. The different offerings that we have now, refurbishing buildings, and we're very, very much concerned about the staff here at VUL. To receive more information about this great institution that's been on the Hill for so very, very long, I think the best opportunity is the website, and certainly you can go on and receive everything that we offer here at VUL. VUL.edu.
Sterling Oil Company also offers a full line of heating and cooling equipment backed up by a professional, courteous, and experienced staff. Call 845-0971 and get dependable, fast service from the Sterling Oil Company today. We'll be happy to serve you.
Independence has its value. The Andre Whitehead Radio Show with business features, free gifts, local and national news, family fun, non-profit organizations, politics, community service, sports, upcoming events, and special features. To be a part of this restoration of news, factual information, fun, and advertising of your organization and upcoming events, call us today at 434-528-9828. We are waiting for you.
This is Tommy Carter. I'm the Chief Deputy, Lynchburg Sheriff's Office. Just wanted to talk a little bit about Lynchburg Project Lifesaver. And this is a program that the Lynchburg Sheriff's Office offers to the citizens of Lynchburg for people that have a disorder that would cause them to wander. For more information, please contact the Lynchburg Sheriff's Office at 434-847-1301. If you're interested in enrolling somebody in Project Lifesaver, you can come by the Sheriff's Office and pick up client application, or you can go to our website, Sheriff's Office, go to Project Lifesaver, and you can fill it out online and it'll be sent in automatically. And a deputy will come out, talk to you, and sign them up.
Hello and welcome back to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show. We thank you so much for tuning in. And by the way, we're looking for you. We want to help get the word out about your business and discuss the goods and services you offer the community. We want to get the word out about your ministry, your nonprofit, and your upcoming event. We want to get the word out about your political campaign as you want to reach the voter. Our rates are very affordable when we combine all of our opportunities. So we'll have you on this radio formatted show. We'll have you on our Facebook Live shows from the studio. We'll have you on television. So just give me a call. We have an amazing deal for you. 434-528-9828. 434-528-9828. At this time, we take you back to my interview, part 1, with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler. Stay tuned. So talk about wrapping up law school, and you have to face what some have alluded to, the dreaded bar. What was that like? Did you pass it on the first go round? And how did you prepare, if you will?
Well, trying to pass that bar exam, and I will say this, it was very difficult for me the first time. And I would advise anybody that tried to take the bar exam, going straight to college, law school, and then taking the bar exam doesn't really prepare you to take that exam. There is a phrase that when it comes to the bar exam that you have to study to the test. And you might be saying to yourself, like, what does studying to the test mean?
You don't know the test.
You don't. But there's plenty of companies out there who have people who have taken the test, who create guides that will tell you basically these type of questions are on the test. You take those courses and you will start to study to the test. You might be thinking, well, 3 years of law school, that should give you a leg up. That's not how it works. So you study to the test, you study the type of questions they're going to give you, and then you got it. And I will never forget, I'm sitting in, so the bar exam is done in different parts of Virginia. I took it in Roanoke, and I will never forget my high school principal. She had probably been retired, but she ended up being the time person that counted out the time. And I looked up and I said, that looks like Dr. Lee, my high school principal. And one of the people at the table said, well, go talk to her. If that's her, that's good karma. And I walked up to her and I said, Dr. Lee? She said, Eugene. Because, she was my junior high school principal, I believe, and my principal at Patrick Henry. So she remembered me. And then I remember the light fixture, one of the light fixtures blew. And I was just like, well, something's going on. And then right after the test was over with, I kept saying to myself, I think I really passed that. And I never forget one of my good friends, Michael Gooseby, was he just happened to be on the road, just gave me the thumbs up. And it was almost as if like everything, the stars were just aligning. But of course, passing the test was only the beginning. It was only the beginning of trying to establish yourself. I actually thought that, okay, that's that. But I never forget, my letter came in that I passed, and my brother, somebody came up with a trick. So I came home, and I saw that my father and my brother and several other people were standing on the porch. And I kept thinking to myself, what are they doing? And then I thought to myself, and then I think my brother came out and said, Gene, hope you forgive us, but we opened up your letter. And it looks like, and I just looked at him saying, you got to be kidding me. You wouldn't be handling, first of all, I'm trying to remember whether they even send you a letter if you don't pass. I can't remember, such a long time ago. But he said, oh, just kidding with you. You passed it. So it was certainly a journey, but anybody that thinks about taking that bar exam is definitely studying to the test. Yeah.
You are listening to the Andre Whitehead Radio Show that is brought to you by our friends at Bright Images. When it comes to printing, big or small, they can do it all. Visit the website, brightimagesmedia.com. That's brightimagesmedia.com. And we thank our friends at Anderson Consultants, LLC, helping you with your financial matters. Give him a call, 434-944-2826. That's 434-944-2826. Call our friends at Anderson Consultants, LLC today. At this time, we take you back to my interview with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler. This is part one. We have more coming. And he became the first African-American male full-time judge in the Lynchburg region. Stay tuned. The Andre Whitehead Radio Show continues. Were you able to be successful on the first?
It took me it took me a second try. At least, yeah. Mm-hmm.
When people have to take the bar on a second or third attempt, does does that diminish their skill set as an attorney? If I took the bar and passed it the first go round, would I be in fact a better attorney than you, Your Honor?
No. I think what happens is this. I think, because I have a friend of mine who was dealing with some medical problems, who tried to take the Virginia bar and then tried to take the Maryland bar, was just not successful. I think what you're dealing with is just giving up. And I believe at that time, I think she just decided it's just not God's will that I'm an attorney, and decided to do something else. Something that, because not all fields require a person that's licensed to work there. If you have a Juris Doctorate, which is a law degree, JD, you can do a lot of different governmental jobs. So I think the biggest thing is not, because after you pass it, the only thing that people care is that you're licensed. They don't really care. No one is putting down a scorecard of who was successful the first try and who wasn't. I think the biggest thing is that you give up, because it's a lot of pressure, it's a lot of studying, and if you're not successful, just to turn around and just do it again. I mean, basically your life is on hold until you pass it. But I respect her because she's a success, even though she's not a licensed attorney. But It just wasn't her thing. So I think the biggest thing is folks just giving up.
Yeah. So you passed the bar. What was the next move?
Get started somewhere. I actually started working at an insurance defense firm in Northern Virginia, which wasn't a good experience. I think it's one of those situations where you have your first job and you feel like you're not feeling fulfilled. And you look around and you see the other folks who are finding joy in their work, and you're sitting there going like, I don't see how you're finding this exciting. But I think it kind of showed in how I looked at the position, and so it was over with really quickly, and I was very happy it was over with. And a friend of mine encouraged me to move to this area because my father had just transitioned from 5 years of working in Rockbridge County at a church there, Randolph Street United Methodist Church, and then relocated because he got appointed to be the pastor at Jackson Street in 97. So they were already here in 97, and I get encouraged just to come regroup, come to Lynchburg, and just start practicing law. So that's what I did, and been here since around 2000.
Well, that's going to conclude part one of my interview with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler. We thank you for tuning in. Come back next week. We'll have more. Have no fear. And also, we invite you to watch the interview with the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler on our television show in this Lynchburg, Roanoke, Danville, Martinsville market, Sundays at 9 a.m. and then early Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. on the CW network. Our TV show is also airing in Hopewell, Chester, and Petersburg, Virginia, Sundays 9 a.m. and Mondays 5 p.m. on WTJV Channel 3. And our television show is airing in all of Hampton Roads every Saturday 7 a.m. on WGNT. We are telling the story of the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler on all of our TV stations. But we have more to share with you. Stay tuned. We're right back in a moment.
Hello, my name is Dr. Keith Anderson, and I'm your financial services professional. If you need help with life insurance, health insurance, annuities, perhaps even retirement savings plans, I'm your man. Give me a call at 434-944-2867, and I'm here to serve you.
I'm Laura Goldman, and we at Whitehead Media Ventures are excited about the opportunity to let the community know about the goods and services that you offer the community. And we want to help promote your events. And just in case you're seeking political office, we can help you there as well. Give us a call today. Call us at 434-528-9828 or email us at whiteheadmediaventures@gmail.com. 434-528-9828 or whiteheadmediaventures@gmail.com.
Hi, I'm Matt Bright, the owner of Bright Images. I want to encourage you to check us out. We service customers from Bedford to Blackstone. We are a full-service print company, and we also provide audio and video services as well. Please check us out at www.brightimagesmedia.com. You can email us at sales@brightimagesmedia.com or call us at 434-846-8273. We're here to serve you.
Here's another word from one of our partners, and you can partner with us as well to get your message out by calling 434-528-9828.
Dr. Kevin Midkiff has maintained a patient-centered restorative practice in the city of Lynchburg since 1989. He's a member of the Lynchburg Dental Society, the American Dental Society, the Academy of General Dentistry, the American Academy of Cosmetic Dentistry, the American Academy of Oral Systemic Health, and also has received advanced cosmetic training from the Seattle Institute for Advanced Dental Education. And Dr. Midkiff and his friendly staff are waiting to serve you. Visit them at 20331 Timberlake Road, Suite B in Lynchburg, Virginia. Give them a call, 434-239-8133. Dr. Kevin Midkiff, family and cosmetic dentist.
For over 3 centuries, there's been one independent agency growing businesses, breaking news, highlighting events, promoting nonprofits, and helping ministries. And we'd like to assist you. Contact Whitehead Media Ventures today. Call 434-528-9828 or email us at whiteheadmediaventures@gmail.com. Let us help you.
Well, that's the broadcast for today. And I hope that you have enjoyed it. I do want to thank the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler for joining us today, as we had a chance to interview him a few years ago. And we've been running his interview on television, and when we developed this radio formatted show, we thought we'd bring some of the audio from some of our television offerings to this broadcast. So we thank you so much for tuning in. And again, don't miss the television version where you can see the Honorable Judge Eugene Butler, who made history becoming the first African-American full-time male judge in the Lynchburg region. Our TV show, of course, is every Sunday at 9 a.m. and early Saturday mornings at 6 a.m. on the CW network. Our TV show is also in Hopewell, Chester, and Petersburg, Virginia. Sundays 9 a.m., Mondays 5 p.m. on WTJV Channel 3. And the TV show is in all of Hampton Roads. Saturday, 7 a.m. on WGNT. Don't miss the TV show. We also invite you to tune in to our many Facebook Live shows. As we mentioned earlier, they happen Sunday nights at 9 p.m., Monday mornings at 8 a.m., Tuesdays, as you see, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., 2 hours, Thursday nights at 8 p.m., Friday nights at 11 p.m., and Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. And all the shows have a different twist, a different theme, a different focus. And last but not least, again, come back next week. We'll have more with the Honorable Eugene Butler. And of course, Phyllis Johnson will come back with more Thinking Out Loud segments. And we'll keep an eye on the White House. And if we can help you in any way, shape, or form, you call me. Don't hesitate. 434-528-9828. We'll see you next time.